We're here in front of Jaffa Gate of the old city of Jerusalem. This is a demonstration calling on the government of Israel to say yes to Palestinian statehood in the United Nations in September. At the end of this month, the Palestinians, based on a decision of the Arab League, have decided to go to the United Nations and ask the United Nations to grant the State of Palestine membership in the United Nations as a member state. This process is aimed at creating an irreversible reality where the two-state solution will be preserved, which is certainly in the interest of the State of Israel, and mandating through the international community the solution of two states for two people. This is a very important demonstration, and the message is very important, not only to Palestinians, but for Israelis as well.
We are here today, Israelis and Palestinians, in an historical event. Since 1989, there has been no mass non-violent political event in East Jerusalem, and today we are witnessing such an event. This event has a very clear message. Negotiation has failed. Israel is using the negotiations to kill any kind of future peace. And we say no, stop with that. We do not want to be conquerors anymore. The Palestinians marching here don't want to be occupied anymore. Having said that, what we want is support of the Declaration of Independence for Palestinians in September in the UN.
התשובה היא בקלות, כי הם בני אדם, וגם אני.
We're not taking part in a march from the west side of the city to the east side of the city, mainly, generally, against the occupation, against forced evictions of Palestinians from their houses in the neighborhoods of Sheikh Jarrah, where we're going to, but also the neighbors of Silwan, which is on the other side of the old town, against Israeli policy, against separation and segregation, against the raising racism in Israeli society, and also to fly some balloons so we can see the march from above.
What we're seeing here today is 3,000 Israelis and Palestinians who came here to march for Palestinian independence with the belief that while the international community and the State of Israel keep emphasizing the need for endless negotiations, which we've been seeing for almost 20 years now, what is actually needed is an independent Palestinian state which can later negotiate with Israel over a peace agreement. Many people here today hold a banner which quotes a famous saying of Nelson Mandela: "Only free men can negotiate," and that's something that we'd like to underscore today, that the international community has mixed up the means and the end. The end is not to negotiate endlessly, but to bring about an independent Palestinian state, and that's what we're calling for here today.
من سلوان لجنين حرة حرة فلسطين يعني نتنياهو يا جماعة Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Hopefully the world will see that there are Israelis and there are Jews that support Palestinian independence, because it is an Israeli interest also. And I hope that also the Israeli administration would somehow realize that it is also in their interest to be on the right side of history and support Palestinian independence, because you can't stop a people from accomplishing and achieving their own rights.